Okay, this game is Dragonkin: The Banished. Um, I don't remember what this game was about. That's the one, I guess. Why are we using upscaling? And why is it on by default? Okay, we'll leave it on high. Mouse keyboard. Except it's fully got controller support for the menus. So what is that? Also, I like how HDR is disabled, even though my monitor supports HDR, and I can't turn it on. That's weird. I like that it's got a VRAM thing though. Yeah, that raised my VRAM usage by 5% to go to ultra. Let's see if the game can handle it. Okay, here we go. Launch game. You're about to play the game's prologue. Blah blah blah. Ooh, shaders. Okay, that's promising. Although that's just a loading screen, so. What do we got?
When time first began, the Eternal gave life to powerful beings of light, the Drakeels. But as misfortune would have it, the power given to these creatures awoke in them only a boundless pride and an inexhaustible thirst for dominion.
I am appreciating
Shaken
the FPS.
by this betrayal, the Eternal banished them to the deepest abyss of Dracomundus.
Oh, what?
It
The
was
what?
there, in the depths of the earth, that they twisted into the monstrosities that we know today as dragons.
Oh, okay.
Alas, possessed more than ever by hate and vanity, the Banished refused to admit themselves defeated. Through their voices, they persisted in corrupting humanity. Through their blood, they defiled the land we call our home. From that moment on, mankind would live in fear. Fear that one of the Dragon Lords, the most powerful of the Banished, would one day return to the surface.
And okay.
With the support of his Dragon King,
We're not above 60. We're not above
succeeded
60.
in
We're not
escaping
above
from
60.
the
We are in fact
prison.
it dipped as low as 30.
And
Okay, we're
brave
gonna have to switch
souls,
that back to high.
guided by the light,
Really?
rose up and vowed to push him back. Soldiers of the Order, righteous and faithful to the Eternal, who suffered body and soul
Okay,
after
well,
coming into
actually,
contact
we're back up
with
to 70,
draconic
that's good.
corruption. Rare were those who remained impervious to the depraved whispers of the dragons on the outskirts of this gaping breach. One such person was Godefroy of Clairval, Grand Knight of the Order of the Eternal.
Oh, and we're going. Okay.
The voice of the Dragon Lord blighted people's spirits and petrified their bodies, instilling terror and madness into those who heard it. Never before had a breach so vast been rent between the two worlds.
All right. I mean, it's
It
going
was here,
at a pretty
at
good
this woof
pace.
between worlds, that the corruption was most potent. One by one, haunted by the whispers from below, the people succumbed to madness. Draconic blood sullied the earth and corrupted the creatures that trod upon it. Pitiful in their wretchedness, and too weak to resist the command of their new masters, they drank the blood of the dragon and gave in to depravity. Thus enslaved, they were twisted into ghastly monsters, mockeries, Dragonkin.
Uh-huh. Ow. All right. So far, so good. That is so much less effective. Oh. I can tilt the right stick to dodge. Is bad this game? I don't know yet. I just started it.
Men, women, children, animals. For as many slaves as there were devoted to their cruel
It's,
masters, just as many grotesque
so far feeling kind of like,
blindly obeyed any order given to them by their dragon.
kind of like, it feels like controlling Diablo 3 with a controller. So far. Which is not inherently bad. That's what it reminds me of. If I was like overpowered, but it is the intro. It's like the prologue, so I'm playing like a probably intentionally overpowered character to like get a feel for the controls. It's so far it seems fine. Starting level 35. That's what I mean. It seems to be level 50 actually. So yeah, like this is a prologue. Once I clear this, I'll probably have a level 1 character. Like I got like envy. What? Get out of there. That's where all my health is. You can't have that.
Only the most righteous of souls, guided and supported by the Eternal, were able to resist the corrupting call that led the living to damnation.
Bad choice starting a game with an endgame character. It's more confusing trying to understand the game. It can be. It can be, but when the controls are this simple, I think it's fine. I understand exactly what you're talking about, though. That's what actually kind of made me bounce off Dragon's Dogma, the first one. It starts you, you know, with like a full party and everything, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing yet. But like here I have got, well, everything on screen.
These righteous few bore the feeble flame of man through the darkest shadow, and though it flickered, it would not be extinguished.
It's a thing other games have done well as well. The, you know, like classic examples. Symphony of the Night does it, although I think you'd already be over with that by now. Some Metroid games do it. Yeah, here we go.
Filled with
Seems like
these
I'm done.
fleeting embers of hope, a few brave
Maybe
souls
there'll be a boss
founded
fight,
an
but like
alliance
it can be
to
done
carve
well.
the first breach into draconic defenses.
I'm not
Here, the Dragonkin's power
gonna
was
judge
strong.
just yet.
It fused our world with that of the Banished.
There's some lore going on here. Why are you like taking so long to stab one guy? I've seen what you can do.
Godefroy of Clairval heroically broke through and shattered their defense barriers. This act of bravery, a feat of the righteous alliance of men, allowed me to lend aid to the Knights of the Order of the Eternal. Me, Almantir, Grand Oracle of Pytho Durkan, Dragon Blood, a human altered but not consumed by the draconic blood that flows through my veins. My sisters and I have powers given to us by the dragon, but our souls remain
Only
our
bosses drop items, or I'm not sure, because now I'm playing a completely different level 50 character. I think it's officially gone on too far. It's gone on too long. I should not have swapped to a different max level character. That's too much. Too much. We'll see what happens. Unless they're gonna like, okay, hold on. I can see maybe if all of these characters get like reset to level 1, and by playing them all, you kind of like see which one you want to play as. I don't know yet. We're still in the prologue, which yeah has gone on too far at this point.
By those who drank the blood of the only banished dragon to have ever repented before the Eternal. Yeah. Honestly, can we just get it over with? I'm not getting any experience. I'm not getting any, well, anything. Just gonna run on through at this point. These few drops of draconic blood connected our thoughts to those of the dragons. Struck by fleeting visions, we sought glimpses into their deeds and understanding of the feelings that drove them. With that understanding came a vulnerability. We soon learned that we were at the mercy of their whispers. The voices threatened to consume us, with no hope of salvation. But the formidable link that connected us to the dragons had also awakened something within us. We lived strong in the certainty that the Eternal
People's
had
opinions, they
hardened
criticize it
us
very harshly,
for
but
the
I will try to
draconic
test it in
corruption
case it has
our
something
veins.
entertaining starting from zero. But
Our
yeah, I'm trying to get to that.
civilization fell,
I'm trying to
alongside
get
the
to
blue
that.
dragon,
Like,
Dragonkin, forcing us to live
it's a
once
weird
more
intro so
in the
far,
city of the
but
Order of the Eternal.
I can see
Closer
the
to the breach
I can
made
see
I
the
saw
potential.
Ignog, Godfar fighting fire with fire, confronted the draconic hordes.
So if we can get
I
out of the
battled by
intro
his
and into the
side,
actual
but my
gameplay, we'll
strategy
see.
was less direct. My draconic power allowed me to open up a passageway for the men of Nurogard, all of them prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice to save what remained of humanity. Once this invisible barrier had been breached, they knew that their lives would hang by mere threads. But these warriors from the north cared little for the uncertainties of our plan. A hero's death in the heat of battle with their enemy was the greatest honor that could befall them. Led by the pale dragon blood Harold Truelson, the barbarian fleet had but one objective: to lure the enemy into the open sea and leave the path to the breach vulnerable. If a single vessel reached the coast, then this sacrifice would not have been for naught.
Oh, okay. There's a battering ram.
Harold
Alright.
Truelson reached the hostile shore and avenged those fallen from the Toil
Please
clan.
don't tell me I'm now playing as a third character. I am now playing as a third character. Okay.
The barbarians of Nurogard feared neither pain nor death, and they welcomed violence as they might an old and familiar friend. Truelson knew this friend better than most. His existence thus far had been one of suffering, of hardening his resolve, and of preparing to endure the worst of torments, without losing the one thing of value everyone in his clan held dear: his soul. While the Knights of the Order of the Eternal had always been forbidden from making use of dragon's blood, the warriors from the north, staying true to their values, had taken this risk. A select few, highly trained clansmen, risking their lives in the process, had successfully imbibed the pale dragon's blood without succumbing to the corrupting voices. Among them was Truelson. To become a dragon blood barbarian, he paid the ultimate price and cast away a portion of his humanity. In exchange, he received draconic powers that he put to use for the Toil clan, the Eternal, and humanity at large. And even if all others, from Montesky to Nurogard, recognized the courage and sacrifice of the brave warriors, there was not one that did not also regard them with sincere disgust. While there could be no doubt of their loyalty to Toil, defender of the Eternal, their bodies defiled by the dragons they were, drove the rest of mankind to reject them. Truelson, for his part, cared little for his appearance. What did this matter after all, as long as his soul remained
Where is... Can I just... What? And the barrier's
the pale
gone.
dragon
Alright.
blood had achieved his goal. The Alliance's plan, as unlikely as it was to succeed, could run its course. The barbarian waited for the signal that would tell him where to carve a bloody path through enemy defenses and lure the dragons far away from the breach. The Kongirati nomads, every bit as proud and as fearless as the warriors from the north, joined the alliance of men to help push back Sor Iknog, the Crimson Dragon. Sitting astride their draconic hybrids, these tracker archers faced the dragon steadfastly and seemingly without fear. Not one would allow the enemy to make easy prey of them. Hides, wings, teeth, blood. For the Kongirati, each draconic monstrosity was not only a threat, but also a quarry from which they could gain valuable resources.
I don't care about any of this. And we're playing as another character.
And where others had begged and prayed for divine salvation, these nomads made full use of anything the earth and Providence offered them in order to survive.
Okay. Not that way. This way.
Their master tracker, Eula, however, did not see things in such stark shades of black and white. Of all those who made up their number, she was the first to recognize the value of this eternal light. She rejected neither the ancestral traditions nor the tracking of the Dragonkin, who had made it possible for the Kongirat to excel in the arts of potions, alchemy, poisons, and draconic hybridization. How long would her people be able to continue traveling freely if the corruption were to poison the entire world? It was for this reason that she joined the Alliance of Men. To seal this union, the Order of the Eternal entrusted her with one of their most powerful relics, a single, glimmering scale of light. If the legends are to be believed, this scale had been pried from the hide of one of the Drakeels in the heat of battle, back when these beings of light had pushed back the banished Dragon Lords that ventured too close to the surface. Each champion had one, and the power of their light would be needed to push Sor Iknog back into the shadows.
Oh boy. Are we done finally?
It was up to Eula, armed with her scale of light, to cast the invocation. She would then know whether she had been right to put her trust in the Order and in joining the Alliance. The power of the light was like nothing ever seen before. We heard the Dragon Lord howl into our minds, racked with pain and rage. So close to the Dracomundus, our souls suffered as from 1,000 deaths, but we held fast to our positions. Inch by inch, the divine light pushed the corruption back into the breach, and it was thus that the banished lord Sor Iknog disappeared once more into the shadows, where he would suffer eternal retribution. Once calm fell, we were all that was left, the sole witnesses to the feat accomplished by the Alliance of Men. But more than ever, we knew that the taint of draconic depravity still festered in the depths of the abyss, impatient to break free once more. Thus, from the union of men and their allies that stood together in the face of the draconic threat, An elite corps was established within the Order of the Eternal, the Dragon Hunters.
Okay, spear guy. Okay. These are level 35? Chat was right about starting level 35. What? Okay, so what is going on? Now that the, like, way too long and unnecessary intro's out of the way. Speak with a character. Alright. You will start one of the end game activities. This involves limiting a set number of enemies to access the hall where... Sure. Alright, so... What, am I already, like... Okay. I mean... It's, it's something. Oh, I did get an item. What do you know? What do you know? I, of course, probably don't get to see what it does. I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it its full shot here. I don't think the final game will be like this. I hope it improves. Like I said, there's... Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're looting. Like, my main thing here is... I would have really liked to know if the skills... If the skills that I've got are the only skills you get on each class. That would have been good to know. So far, it's the exact same skills, which does not inspire confidence. But it looks like we're looting just like Diablo, just like a Diablo. Which, you know, I'm thinking exactly like Diablo 3, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately as somebody who's a big fan of Diablo 2, and I actually literally just today was playing Grim Dawn. Diablo 3 is Diablo 3. Let's just say that. I mean, if you're gonna do a controller style thing like this, then that's kind of the one that'll work. Doesn't mean I'm any less disappointed. This is all I'm doing, though. This is all I'm doing, though. I don't know why if I'm doing this with a mouse and keyboard it's interesting, and if I'm doing this with a controller it's not. I don't know why that is. I am only halfway done. You really need to make the thing a bit more transparent. If you're gonna put me behind some walls like that. Why is my right bumper not working? Oh, you need a certain amount of fire. Okay. We don't know the price. Really? Huh? Well, that's fine. Oh! It'll give them time to figure out what an appropriate price should be. I mean, if this has co-op, that's worth something. How much is my fair price for this game? Based off of only what I've seen, if it has co-op, maybe $15. But I obviously haven't seen everything the game has to offer. $15 might be too high. We'll see. 15 is like with the expectation that this will improve. What I'm seeing right now with that intro going into just this, it's like 5. Roadmap for 1 year, but yeah, $20 max. I mean, the co-op adds a bit. Co-op adds a bit. Oh, and I'm dead. If you return to combat, you'll suffer a penalty to your maximum health until you return to the city. Respawn. I'm almost done. That's interesting. So if you die, you can just respawn with the reduced max health. Let that flame meter fill up. Okay, here we go. There are no enemies over here. Cool. What is this? Oh, that's to leave. Okay. Why did that take so long to spawn? It's instantaneous in Grim Dawn. Instantaneous. Oop. %. All right, we're getting there. Come on, 96%. We're almost there. %. Portal open. That's it, isn't it? Oh, wait. What is this? Yep, I just kind of fell over. Like, cool. So what is this? Am I like surviving, or what's going on here? I mean, I'm not surviving. I just fell over. Just instant died. It does have a timer. Thought I died again. Everything's fine. Is the bar? I wonder if I can, like, dodge into a wall or something. Be invulnerable. Nope, don't touch that. I know it's free. I know it's freeze. No, I was not in that circle. Interesting. The fire has a weird hitbox. Okay, so I just had to beat that guy, and now I'm in another portal. Did I do it? I did it. And it just loads me back in like I hadn't done anything. No, I'm not wishlisting this game. Sorry. All right. Well, that was Dragonkin. It needs work. I can see something there. I can see it. I can see something there. It felt a little stiff. The intro was way too long. And only offering one type of content with the promise of there being more. I would have liked at least 2 modes so that I could see that there was anything else, but that's all I've got to go on. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm also not holding my breath.